Thank you
Good
for the
evening,
8 cruisers
Sheriff.
that you bought. As you know, those are from last year, but,
Right.
we definitely need them for sure. And I want to congratulate the county administrator, Jeff Armbruster. I look forward to working with him. I'm sure we're going to agree on some things, and I'm sure we're going to disagree on some, but I'm looking forward to working with him. Commissioners, I guess the concern that I have, and I brought this up in the past, my last budget that I asked for was not a big increase. It was 2.55% in my general fund budget, and I turned back over $264,000 last year. I guess my concerns, and I know I brought this up at the meeting on January 9th, is that the environmental crime unit is no more, because, that was almost $250,000 that was paid for the past 14 years for 2 deputies to do that. That's no longer there. So I had to absorb that in my budget, because I got a letter on December 22nd from Mr. David Blevins stating that they were no longer going to fund it. So that added to my budget that I didn't have a chance to address December 1st when I came over here. And then the new deputy's contract, which, as you know, started January 1st of this year, added another $250,000 there. So we're talking $500,000 right there that I don't really have in my budget. And the concern that I guess I have is that I'm watching these appropriations, and then when certain commissioners, and you're bringing up that my money's not getting paid back, I have 6 school resource officers, 6 SROs. I have a guy that works for Children's Services. And this money I front out. And then I expect to get it put back in my budget. And it's not doing it right now. And I know there was, the last one, I think it was on January 25th, you brought it up, Commissioner Moore, that there was $43,000 that was not put back in my budget. This has always been put back in our budget for the last, since you've been commissioner for a couple years and prior to that. So I'm concerned because I pay these out, and what it is, I got to backfill my deputies, and I'm still down 5 officers. So I need that money to come back into my budget. And Casey understands it, and he knows this is the way it's been done in the past. And I don't know why all of a sudden it's changed, but that's, and then.
I think it's going to be in your budget. I think it's going to be taken care of. I can't remember. Do you mind if we ask Casey?
No. Go
Okay,
ahead.
I just want to get it resolved. I can't remember how we left it because I thought it was showing up in a week or two. So
There may be a couple different issues at hand, but I have had some conversations with your staff about trying to find a way to more efficiently get those appropriations back in. So as you mentioned, as you're being reimbursed, whether it be from a grant or from community, then those appropriations are being submitted. So on a weekly basis, we're seeing 1 to 2 different appropriations. So there was some conversations that I've had with your staff about ways to possibly make that process a little more efficient, so we're not seeing several of these appropriations, per week. So I think those conversations are still ongoing from an operational standpoint, just from a process standpoint, trying to figure out a better way to address those. But I believe I think you're correct. This money will come back in the form of appropriations,
Right.
that you'll see. Again, we're just trying to work through the process of what that looks
yeah,
like.
because I think Auditor Snodgrass did say we're up like 1.6% for the month of January. So I know that's why I was telling you we're not we're not cutting.
I'm just concerned, Commissioner, that
No, you're not.
I don't want
wouldn't
to
be-
say, hey, the sheriff overspent his budget, now
Oh,
he's
no.
short $500,000.
No.
Trust you.
No, that's not it. Oh, he doesn't trust me.
That's
Okay.
not it. I just want you guys to know, but that's,
Oh, yeah. Well,
and as you know, because if that doesn't get put back, just like with the cruiser, I know we had that thing with the cruiser
Right.
where my one detective got hit by another person. We ended up getting a settlement of $16,000 for the car. My suggestion was, let's take that money and maybe the gov deals that we sell the old cruisers on and buy the new cruiser. And I was told, no, that's not the way we're going to do it. You spend it out of your budget, so I had to move $50,000 out of my salary account and put it in to buy this cruiser that we just bought. And I pretty much was told, if you run out of money, come on back, Sheriff. But I don't like to operate my budget that way, but I just want you to know that's definitely a concern of mine, that if we keep doing it this way and nothing comes back in, then we're going to have problems down the road. Because some of those checks that we get we got 6 SROs, and some of them are like close to $20,000 that they reimburse us back. So if those monies, I don't mind giving money back to the county, but at least like to have, and whatever, you guys know, I'm a pretty frugal kind of guy. You can ask any of my employees. But, because I always got to turn stuff back, and I understand that, because I don't like overspending it.
yeah, they're not
But I just
laughing
want
right
to bring,
now.
because that definitely is a concern of mine, Commissioners. I just wanted to let you know that.
Mr. President, can I ask
Yeah,
a
oh,
question?
yeah.
Do you have the figure off the top of your head on the grant money from solid waste that has been discontinued?
It was
Sheriff?
about $240,000.
Yeah, 242 something. It was like, yeah. The
And
that's-
we did get a vehicle, and I hope we get to keep the vehicle. It's all marked out, and we're still going to answer calls. I mean, if we get any kind of environmental calls, I'm not going to turn them down. My officer's going to go out and do them.
Yeah, just give us a couple months on that because what little I know on this is they have to prepare a 10-year budget. that the EPA has to approve. And based on some of the cuts that we're getting from, and the income that we're receiving, they pretty much cut not only that, but also the local community grants that were offered. So now the question for the three of us is going to be, I believe, in the next 3 to 4 months, maybe in the next 3 to 6 months, is, and I know I've talked to Director Blevins, he's not for using general fund money in his department. He's trying to make it a self-sufficient department, and that's was his intention. Unfortunately, we didn't know about that till near the end of the year. So I believe in the next couple of months we'll be having those discussions on, do we subsidize solid waste due to the revenue that they got cut? So that's that, that rolling downhill of cuts that kind of affected it. And this is what people don't see, which is, there was like 2 deputies, or was it 3? Was it 2?
It was 2.
Two
Yes.
deputies
Deputy
that were
Lopez
being
and
funded
Holmes.
through solid waste. And the communities are actually voicing some of their concerns, wondering where is our